Greetings, nerds.
Hello.
Very stuffy greeting from Ms. Danica.
I just wanted to drop by for the first minute and let everyone know that I will be co-hosting the show from the chat, basically. My allergies have really kicked in high gear, and y'all don't need to hear that for an hour. I got full-on dad sneezes today, so nobody needs that. But I will be in the chat, so...
Yeah.
So, what's up?
Very sniffly. Very sniffly. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. I will head over to the living room and I will get logged on.
Indeed. We already have lots of comments here right now.
Holy boy.
Are we allowed to call dibs on Cosmic Detective yet? I didn't even say the name of it.
Oh, right. We were going to make announcements and my allergies were like, heck no, you're not.
Yeah. And so we've got Sean, we've got Andrew, and we also have Jason. So yes, which truly means we're down to one shelf copy because of how people have been claiming stuff. We will be talking about Cosmic Detective. You know what? We're going to talk about it now. We're doing it live.
Okay, well, if we're going to start in on what? Bad idea stuff? Is that what this is?
I
don't know what things are.
Kickstarter.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. All right. I will see y'all soon, and I will be in the chat.
She heading out. I'm doing this now. I'm doing this live. Bill O'Reilly style, as the kids say. You know, the children who know who Bill O'Reilly is. So we did a little Kickstarter about 2 years ago with Jeff Lemire, Matt Kindt, and David Rubin. Outstanding. It's all good. Outstanding people working on a book. David Rubin actually did a book called The Fiction with Kurt Piers. Good old Canadian boy. In fact, a Calgarian boy from Boom Studios, which is really cool, and has done some really amazing stuff. This is something truly truly outstanding. Why? She's taking her stuff so she can actually hear things. And then it wrecked my audio. Anyways. This is have not had a chance to read it. It came in yesterday. I was not here. We have people. It's really nice to be able to take like a full day-ish. So we have someone in on Mondays to take in shipments and whatnot. This finally arrived. I'm so excited. It is kind of a story that you would expect from Jeff Lemire and Matt Kindt and David Rubin, a cosmic detective, someone who's dealing with reality, who's doing detective work, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It has gilded gold pages. It has bookmark ribbon. You can't really see it probably, but it is, it's so outstanding. And yeah, we have very limited copies of it because of the Kickstarter. So that's really cool. Squee bop bop ba bop. So I'm going back through some stuff. So yeah, I'll have Andrew, Sean, and Jason down for all of those. We have one bonus one hanging out there. Ben is saying that your sniffles be around for a short while. Apparently, it has been a fairly all-day thing, unfortunately. Yeah, but not a consistent thing in this area, so which is good because then she'd be allergic to our house, and that would be bad. That'd be very sad. Boop, boop, deep, boop, deep, boop, deep. And Sean says, okay. Camera, why? Can y'all still hear me? Why did the camera go dead? No reason? Chill. I love it. I literally just clicked a button that said, bring back camera. Okay. It's definitely what I need right now. It's all good. Yeah. I clicked on a button that said, you want the camera on? I was like, yes. I didn't say otherwise. And it's like, cool. Good, 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 good. For those of you out there, Danica is yonder. Just being like,
Okay.
everything's good. Thank you. It's true. I need to configure my being, take care of my hairs and whatnot. So yeah, a very excited Cosmic Detective finally came in. Because like I said, I think we paid for this thing 2 years ago. Outside of that, it's 3 outstanding creators. I love their work in general. And I would be shocked, absolutely stunned, if this didn't come through a different publisher, Common Dark Horse, in the next year or so. So if you do miss out on what is now our last copy, ding, let us know and we'll keep your name on file. I know. All right. Well, another thing that's cool about the Cosmic Detective hardcover is it does come with like a little art print. I will say not too thick. It's like a paper, but it is a little tight bonus, and it does have a lot of process stuff in the back. It's really cool. You know what? We're gonna go right to our other thing that's somewhat limited this week. Cause who's gonna stop me? The commies? No, they can't. Why, this here's a capitalist system. That's how we eat. That's how it ate today. Capitalism is not great either, but you know, we're doing what we can. Oh, who's that? Well, that's Danica. Yeah, they sure do. Oh yeah, and Essex County is absolutely outstanding. I just can't recommend it enough. It's been done before, Andrew. And you can see my face right now. Am I telling the truth? Because it's believable, right? He totally has. All right. So another somewhat limited, ooh, fancy, will not be able to order this ever again. Well, I say that. Comics. Capitalism. We have the Fantastic Four graphic novel, completely done by Alex Ross. In, what's this? A fancy slipcover? What? A very limited stock. We ordered a bunch. We got in 18 copies. outside of what we ordered initially. So, and we looked it up. We definitely can't get more than this. And one of these is mine. So we have 17 copies because I'm a jerk like that. So let's get through. I wish I could do this better. So like actual cover, as you've seen, but I wanted to read the actual back of this. He's blowing it. He's doing a bad job. That's the one I wanted to hit. But I was too far gone. It's a rainy night in Manhattan and not a creature is stirring except for Ben Grimm. When an intruder finally appears inside the Baxter building, the Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic, the Invisible Woman, Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, and the Thing find themselves surrounded by a swarm of invading parasites. These carrion creatures composed of negative energy come to Earth using a human host as a delivery system. But for what purpose? And who is ultimately behind this untimely invasion? The Fantastic Four have no choice but to journey into the negative zone, an alien universe comprised entirely of antimatter, risking not just their own lives, but the fate of the entire cosmos. I mean, that's bad. Fantastic Four for Full Circle is the first long-form work written and illustrated by acclaimed artist Alex Ross, who revisits a classic Stan Lee, Jack Kirby story from the 1960s and introduces the storyline for a new generation of readers with bold, vivid colors and his trademark visual storytelling. Ross takes Marvel's first team of superheroes to places only he can illustrate. Welcome to the Negative Zone. And introducing Marvel Arts, an exciting new graphic novel collaboration between Marvel Comics and Abrams Comics Arts, where nothing is impossible and anything can happen. Deep growly voice. Yes, this is not, in fact, a full Marvel publication, but in fact, something that Abrams Comics Arts has subsidized. This does come with that nice, beautiful slipcase. All versions of it come with this extended dust jacket that gives you a little bit of the Fantastic Four's origin. And I'm going to show you this. Technically, I'm not supposed to till tomorrow. Yes. But you see, because I'm kind of like obscuring it a little bit. See this frosted envelope here? Why, that's an exclusive book plate only for this edition. We will not be able to order these again. Full stop. The graphic novel, sure. This fancy slipcase edition with the book plate included? No. Also, fun fact, Alex Ross is doing the covers for Fantastic Four for Ryan North's upcoming run. That's happening. Very excited for that. He's going to do that with a bevy of different artists. So that's pretty cool. What's been happening here? Danica has been commenting. A lot of people have been commenting. I don't know if she can do the admin stuff right now and pop things up. I'm not sure. So I'll go back a little bit for the tackling, because she totally can and has. And Andrew is correct. Gonna make sure that happens. Thank you. I'm not sure if it's been labeled yet, but we're just gonna make sure that it happens for sure. It is true. It will be over for you bitches. I see Danica in the back end. She can do comments. I like it. And Sean needs one of those. Okay, cool. If you're seeing those, please do, as the Italians say, make the comments. I do ascribe to the Behind the Bastards rules, where if you've done a genocide, you are available to make fun of. So, right down to the comments. I like it. Thank you. All right. We've got some single issues on what will be the 31st of 5th week for comics. So there is not a whole lot of comics, but there are a lot of interesting things happening, including It's All Right, 'Cause I'm Saved by Bell Reeve. Like Saved by the Bell. This is a very kind of school-centric DC anthology series, which features the return of 3 big series that people have really been liking. Gotham Academy, which teases Will There Be More? The Super Sons with Peter Tomasi coming back, doing some stuff, and Tiny Titans, which goes over so well. Why these books are not in print is beyond me, you silly goats. Also, you have a new Azrael by Dan Waters, who has been doing all of the Azrael stuff with different artists, and a Nightwing and Batgirl story about going to prom. And it's very sweet, and I love it. Very cool. In the comic, who's Screech in the comic? Who's Screech in the DC universe? I'm going to say Booster Gold. Booster Gold is Screech in the DC universe. Fight me. We also have the conclusion to the Superman War World storyline that's been going on in Action Comics. This is the conclusion. We have put this in all of our Action Comics files because you wouldn't get this otherwise. Womp womp. That would be sad. If your comic store doesn't do that, I understand. There's a lot of information happening right now. And we miss things too. But I don't know where I'm going with this. Other than like, you should feel bad. This is a layup, my friends. The War World storyline has been absolutely stunning. Philip Kennedy Johnson is doing the best Superman work of, I would say, a couple decades. I do a lot of hyperbole. I want you to know when I do the hyperbole, I'm not just kind of dicking around. It's because these stories are hitting with me in a big way, and especially with superhero stuff, where we do have to intake a lot of this. And when something is just firing off, it feels so special. This run has been outstanding. I highly recommend, if you have not been following, we can probably scrounge up some past single issues, but like get the collections on this run because it is just the heart of Superman. There's big things happening, bad things happening, and it comes back to sort of kind of my philosophy on what you do with Superman, and it's he can do everything, he can overcome a lot, but what you hit him with is a challenge to his morals and not so much his strength. And you build from there, and you prove that he is the person that he was raised to be, that he exudes this positivity even in sort of darker situations, because he needs to be this person. And the Philip Kennedy Johnson run just really exudes that from day one when he's working on some future state stuff, and just gets the character. I love it. Absolutely outstanding. We've got the Power Rangers Unlimited, the Death Ranger from Paul Elor and Kath Lobo, and Anna Kakovsky Chandra. This you might know from the internet is the non-binary Death Ranger that the internet kind of blew up over a little while ago. A premiere, a character who is bringing a little bit of harshness to the Power Rangers mythos right now. And I know a lot of non-binary folks who are just like the Death Ranger. Yes, I identify as the Death Ranger. So this is that book that everyone was going cuckoo banan over. They also have a fancy foil cover. Very fancy. I'm looking over here and seeing stuff that says Danica's taking over, which is good because I'm going to focus on here. For the record, I'm going to do this while Danica does her stuff. Because she profesh. Ooh, girl. I don't know if y'all heard that. I love our chill hop stuff. Because it plays way louder in our ears, so we turn it down quite a bit. And then on the actual stream, it's just like, oh, hey, we're just music in the background. We have the Harley Quinn, the animated series, the real sidekicks of New Gotham special. If you've been watching the Harley Quinn animated series, and you should, my goodness, it is some of the greatest stuff that I've seen in animation, mostly because I'm at that stage where I could give a heck. And this series in the TV medium, in HBO Max, in whatever, in the comics, is a very unapologetic, very very feminist, very taking a look at the Batman mythos and really taking a lot of things to task. This is no different. The creators on here are bonkers. I know T. Franklin and Max Sarin, who do the framing work, did the original series. Max Sarin, you might know from one of Danica's favorites and one of mine, Giant Days, main artist. But you also get art from Erica Henderson from Unbeatable Scorgo fame, Logan Fairbear, who is one of my favorites from Oh Kill Shot, and I believe the Werewolf Vietnam series, Nam Wolf. I believe he's the artist on that one. And the rest of the artists on here are absolutely fantastic. I haven't read all the stories, but like it all suits the animated series. And man, if you just want like a cavalcade of that in your gullet, just right in the craw, we'll sit there for a bit and it'll just be like, yeah, y'all taste me? Yeah, you taste me. That's what you're going to get. Good times. Brandon's chill today. Wonder Girl. Nope. Pressing buttons that you're not looking at. It's back. Baby, I do want a reggaeton air horn. I'm going to put that on here one time. I probably won't actually do it when Danica yawns because she will punch me on air. And she doesn't in general. But, you know, warranted if I'm being a jerk. So, I love Yara Flor, Wonder Girl. She is the character find of, was it 2020 or soon 2021? Time is very soupy right now. and I don't care for it. Anyways, one of my absolute favorites. She does not take any guff. And this is some more stories from Joelle Jones and a bevy of absolutely outstanding artists. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can call out page and page and page and page, and mostly paging so that I can try and see. The editors on here, Jillian Grant and Brittany Holzer, group editor Paul Kaminsky. The art that they have in this is just absolutely stunning. It skips around a lot, but you feel this through line of this character a young girl who has basically been given sort of a chosen one situation and is really, really absolutely killing it because she is very quote unquote Gen Z and not giving a friggin' heck about old systems and whatnot. And she kind of oscillates between our world and sort of more mythological world. And yeah, the Wonder Girl stuff has been just silly good. We have Amazing Fantasy number 1000. Due to maths, I would explain the maths, but I don't feel like it. It's complicated. Spider-Man first appeared in Amazing Fantasy number 15. They're combining the Amazing Spider-Man numbers in general with Amazing Fantasy numbers, which do include different series labeled Amazing Fantasy. To get to here, you get a bevy of wild creators in here that I will start listing now. You have Kurt Busiek, you have Marco Cicchetto, Michael Cho, good old Canadian boy, Olivia Cobiel, Terry Dodson, Neil Gaiman, who does the last story here, Armando Iannucci, who you might know from such things as like, I don't know, Veep, and that show with Loop in the name, and the movie with Loop in the name. It's like In the Loop, Beyond the Loop, Loopy Loop. Anywho, they do a story in here. Klaus Janson, classic. Ryan Stegman, Jordy Belair, Jim Chung, Rachel Dodson, Jonathan Hickman, Steve McNiven, Rainbow Royale, Dan Slott, just like, and I'm only mentioning like a small handful of people. It's just silly what we have here. It is quite a celebration of this character of the Spider-Man, Peter Parker. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he is kind of a big deal. So there's that. Doing a stretch because I need it. All right. Something to also look out for. This. Frank Miller presents. Have you heard of this? Frank Miller? Goes by Francis, usually, I'm sure, because he's a fancy man who wears a fedora. A rain-covered fedora. Anyways, he has started a new company where he's going to put out his own stuff, including the second volume of Ronin with Philip Tan doing a lot of work over his layouts. And the second book coming out from this company, Ancient Enemies from Daniel DiDio, young whippersnapper who used to be in charge of DC Comics, with art and designs by Danilo Beyruth. So this, we ended up getting a bunch more of the first prints of this here. It was fairly limited run. They are limited to one per person because the internet went cuckoo banana over this as well. can get a little sneaky peeky as to what's going to come out in November from Francis Miller Pendleton, FMP, baby, the company. And look, I know Frank Miller is who he is. He's a classic name for a reason. He's done some wild stuff. He's also done some wild stuff. But he seems to have things more on track. If you like Frank Miller, if you like that aesthetic, if you like where he's going for, there's some interesting stuff in here. It is a scant $1 in American, $135 up here. So if you want that, make that happen. Make that happen, as Frank Miller would say. I buy my comics. We've got Thunderbolts, as they say on the East Coast out here. This from Jim Zub and Sean Izaxi. I believe I am saying that poorly. This was actually a former team on the Thunderbolts. This Thunderbolts team is coming out in the aftermath of all the wild stuff that's happened in New York lately. Now, if you don't know this, in terms of the Marvel Universe, Wilson Fisk used to be the mayor of New York for a while. He has sailed off into the sunset, not dead yet, but just sort of like living a life. Luke Cage is actually the mayor of New York City right now. Now, Fisk was running a team of villains to be Thunderbolts for him, and now that is not the case. The Thunderbolts team, now grandfathered in to New York politics, is trying to protect some things, but in classic Thunderbolts style, there's a twist at the end. I will not even begin to spoil it because I was like, what? You go back for when you yell really loud so that you don't blow out anyone's eardrums. Now, speaking of Thunderbolts, you might have heard that Thunderbolts is going to be a big part of the upcoming phases in Marvel. Now, do you want to know where this concept comes from? Well, you can get a big old-fashioned thick boy in terms of where they come from, including their very first appearance in The Incredible Hulk for 449. I didn't have to look that close to the very pixelated cover on the back because it actually lists it here. Good job, Brandon. And the actual first issue of Thunderbolts, where they kind of give away the twist. Now, I'm going to spoil this because it is several decades old. In the wake of tragedy, the Thunderbolts rise to defend a shaken populace, because at the time, the Onslaught stuff has happened, and the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, they're all gone, presumed dead. Meet Atlas, Mach 1, Meteorite, Songbird, Techno, and their leader Citizen V as they battle the Wrecking Crew and their circus of crime, courtesy of legendary creators Kurt Busiek and Mark Bagley, and tackle a rampaging Hulk. But what are the team's shocking secrets? Well, big spoilers. They're actually bad guys. And this was one of the last ways you could pull off something absolutely wild in the days before the big internet. Say that with capitals. Big internet. All right, we're getting to the trade paperbacks. Let's see. All right. I'm very excited for this first volume of New Burn. I love this series. I've been very excited to read all of these. Jacob Phillips. Sean Phillips is baby boy. You might know him from doing all that work with Ed Brubaker on all of the noir books. That absolutely dynamite creative team. Well, Jacob Phillips has been coloring their work since All of My Heroes Have Been Junkies. I think that's the name of that. And Chip Zdarsky and Jacob Phillips have been working on this absolutely brilliant crime noir story, which does have pull quotes from folks such as Kieran Gillen and Ed Brubaker. Edward Brubaker. He says, "You'll definitely want to be on board for this start." Such fantastic words. So, as you say, Easton Newbourne is a private detective without loyalties, investigating conflicts between rival crime factions. This is not problematic at all. And I have the confidence of a straight white male when I say it, so you know it's true, baby. With his assistant, Amelie, Newbourne follows murderers, arsonists, and corrupt officials while trying to stay out of their crosshairs. But how long can it last? Wowie, wow, wow! That last part was me, if you didn't know. And what I just did is not indicative of the tone of this book. It is fantastic. It loves Futura font. You can see it. You can feel it. Futura font. The font of the future. It's in the name. It's on the spine. I love Chip Zdarsky. He loves Futura font. He really does. That's like, man, design brain stuff. This is what happens when I'm left to my own devices. It's not generally okay. We have the second volume of the Astro City Metro book. I finished the first volume last night. Oh my God, if you need an influx of classic superhero stuff in your life, this is by far the best I've ever encountered. I'm talking like classic. I'm talking everything, the range. If you're feeling an old school itch, this is going to get inside and it's going to live in your brain. The confession arc in the last one, it's just absolute wonderful superhero stuff. It also, if it came out today, would be accused of being too woke. And back then, I know specifically it definitely wasn't, because Wizard Magazine was like, this is dope as heck. And Wizard Magazine would have been the kinds of folks who'd been like, that's woke propaganda if it was happening today. So you've got yourself some Kurt Busiek, you got yourself some Brett Anderson, and some Alex Ross who does all of the covers. I don't want to kind of explain more of this because I don't know what's in this volume. I just know that Astro City in general is this wonderful array of just wonderful superhero tropes. If you can think of a character, you can think of sort of an analog in here, but in very unique ways that really extend what you can do with such characters, including like a Batman type character, a Superman type character, and like a lot of other tropes and whatnot. And it just like absolutely just runs the gamut of personal stories, basically taking the lessons that Kurt Busiek learned, kind of co-developing Marvels with Alex Ross and doing more of a grounded person on the street vibe with just a personal vibe towards a universe of characters. And I cannot recommend Astro City stuff enough. It is living in my head right now. It is just like functioning, and it is pushing me forward because I love this medium. And a lot of times, a lot of the superhero stuff will get me bogged down, and this is just life. It is affirming. It is absolutely wonderful, and I love Astro City and what it's doing right now, or was doing, not essentially right now, because there are some stuff happening right now with them, but because it's been going on for a while. But yeah, it's good. We have, oh no, Tiki, a very rough year. In the midst of a quarantine, Fred buys Tiki a puppy to help with a little joy bring a little joy to his family's life in isolation. But what no one anticipated is what Tiki would turn their lives. Tiki would turn their lives completely upside down. During the lockdown of November 2020, Fred, his girlfriend Sophie, and his daughter Lou seek a little comfort in the shape of a Shiba puppy named Tiki. But in the course of a single week, the adorable little furball manages to shatter everything in Fred's life: the comfort, the certainties, the links, the balances, and in doing so, however, she manages to bring to light what truly matters: family. Alternatively humorous and tragic, this fictionalized autobiographical story, the fictionalized autobiography, a fake real story, questions that moment we decide to adopt a pet and the beautiful mess that we're often left with. We can attest to that because we are a family that has 4 cats, 2 of which due to sort of that feeling that like you're absolutely turning our lives upside down, but you're so part of us. You're part of this family. You focus things in a big way. So we would normally have 2 cats. We have 4, and yeah, that's a big feels, as the kids say. The children say big feels, yes? We have the Wolverine Black, White, and Blood anthology collection. It is a bevy of dynamite creators doing some black, white, and red stories all about the Wolverine, Mr. Logan, and different characters. These have been outstanding. Again, solid editorial work. So instead of listing all the creators, let me just pop in here to say good things about Lauren Amaro, Mark Basso, and Jordan D. White for putting together some absolutely outstanding work here. Because quite honestly, a lot of anthology series do kind of end up, a little like womp womp. But both Marvel and DC have been absolutely dynamite with their anthology series right now, and in part because they have to be. If you have no reason for people to pick it up, they're not going to these days. We are in an era where good just doesn't cut it, unfortunately. And I love good. Good is great. It helps people grow into a lot of creators, but there's so much content that you have to be great. And things have been great lately, including this anthology, which I'm very excited about. We also have the New Day graphic novel. Very excited about this, probably because I read it already. I got this in my collection because the New Day's the best. If you watch The Wrestles, you might know Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big Yip as the New Day. A wonderful collective of people who really worked hard to make their place in this industry. They have been together for a very long time. They are the longest reigning tag team champions in WWE history. And they are just good human beings. I highly recommend listening to episodes of the New Day podcast. They've done stuff around George Floyd. They've done stuff just around when people in their lives have been affected by stuff. They're good humans who take in the world with absolute empathy, but know their worth and push for their worth. And this is a bit of a exaggerated take on what they went through, because they went through absolute garbage to get to where they were. In real life, they made it to the biggest stage, but they were treated like trash, and they pushed through and they became the biggest, some of the biggest in the industry. They move merch. They are incredible people. They have so much heart, and I'm so happy for them, and that this collection exists that can kind of give like a little exaggerated version of like what's happened, that little mix of wrestling lore and real life stuff, and comics, all that ridiculousness kind of swirled into a vat of just friggin' rad stuff. I bring a different energy when it's mostly just me. I know Danica's taking care of all of common stuff, so I'm definitely not doing any of that stuff right now. Nor am I seeing a lot of this, but thank you so much for being around while I do some bonkers stuff. I am very excited to read this new Cecil Castellucci book from Berger Books, an imprint of Dark Horse. Berger being Karen Berger, who did the bulk of Vertigo curation back in the day. It has a pull quote from Mark Russell. My boy. Shifting Earth is a necessary reminder that it's not our future under discussion, but our futures in engaging and intelligent read. So, Forces of Nature. After a freak particle storm, botanist Maeve Lindholm is trapped in a parallel universe where nature rules and science remains in the shadows. Worlds have literally collided, but though much is eerily familiar, the differences between them could mean life or death. For Maeve, for exiled astronomer Zuzi Reed, and for their very planets. We've got some Jody Hauser here too. Escaping a dying planet could be the end of the story, but in this beautiful tale of hope and science pondering through unimaginable loss, it's only the beginning. I'm very excited to read through this, the least of which because it has the French flames. Ooh la la. Ça suffit. Aranades. Baguette. Baguette. We have a new release from the Shirley line, curated by Mariko Tamaki. It is M is for Monster. A scientist attempts to bring her younger sister back to life with unexpected results in this Frankenstein-inspired graphic novel about ghosts, identity, and family. When Dr. Francis I's younger sister Amara died in a tragic accident 6 months ago, Francis swore she would bring her back to life. However, the creature that rises from the slab is clearly not Mora. In fact, this girl who chooses the name M doesn't remember a single thing about Mora's life. Despite this, Francis expects M to pursue the same path that Mora had been on, applying to college, to become a student, and continue the plans that she and Mora shared. Hoping to trigger Mora's memories, Francis surrounds M with the trappings of Mora's past, but M wants nothing to do with Francis's attempts to change her into something she's not. In order to face the future, both Francis and M must learn to listen to each other and to let go of Mora once and for all. Talia Dutton's debut graphic novel, M is for Monster, takes a hard look at what it means to live up to other people's expectations, as well as our own. Metaphors? More like metaphors, baby. I don't know where I'm going with that. Other than I'm getting a little goofier as we near the end here. We have The Black Box, the classified series from Fair Square. Just basically some thriller style stories. This even has a pitch on the spine. Just imagine a mysterious black box capable of recording every conversation in the Oval Office for 200 years. Uli Troy is a historian working at the secret White House storage facility somewhere in Maryland. He never thought he'd stumble upon one of the most explosive secrets in America. Secrets American presidents have managed to keep under wraps. A music box, which stayed in the Oval Office for 200 years and recorded every conversation in the room, unbeknownst to every soul. It is created by Fabrice Sablowski and Tom Lyle. This story is, like The Black Box itself, remained unpublished in the United States for far too long. With this edition, Fair Square Comics wants to honor both the memory and legacy of the great Tom Lyle. as well as bringing to light a shockingly simple and brilliant concept. So yes, Tom Lyle did pass away in 2019. And this work has not been published for the North American audience. And I know a lot of 90s folks are big on Tom Lyle and his work. I will say from what I've experienced of Tom Lyle's work, this is a lot tighter because I know him from sort of like a more messier 90s standpoint. And yeah, I do highly recommend folks who are interested in sort of like more of a crime noir, but maybe with like a little bit of a 90s flavor, pop in and check that one out. We have Mariala and Annabelle. The cozy life that Mariala had grown accustomed to has now been demolished right before her very eyes. Once the most respected technical combat advisor, the TCA, basically a ninja, that is what is said right there, at the highly regarded Department of Unusual Activities in Sao Paulo. Now she's learned that she was just seconds away from being exonerated. But thanks to her longtime mentor and old friend Salgado, she was able to be transferred out to the same department in another state in Brazil. Don't get it wrong, though. She was investigating into things she shouldn't have stuck her nose in. Now, in the capital of Serera, Mayara meets Annabelle. And you best believe Annabelle's not happy about the news of her new transfer buddy either. Technical advisor in magic and, brackets previously, the only employee of the... it gives an acronym. It's long. Besides the department head itself, all she wanted was an intern to fill out the reports and her super glorious achievements, which aren't even that special. But now she's going to have to share the space with the muggy and super tiny office with a ninja transfer. Ugh. It really does say that. The inevitable friction that arises when they meet must be put aside when a threat that hasn't been seen for nearly 20 years emerges in Fortaleza without any apparent explanation. And to beat the threat, Mayara, Brandon, and Annabelle must work together. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I like this. It's a very kinetic work. It is also very much a black, white, and red style story. Two more left. The 5th volume of Fence. Baby! I love this series. It's basically about a bunch of boys who are at a fencing school, and like general YA sexiness ends up happening. It's just good stuff. It's at a 5th volume. There's going to be more because it says to be continued, and you know they wouldn't have done that if this wasn't selling well enough to do that, because the last couple volumes have been original graphic novels. We are in the realm of where original graphic novels are becoming more and more the norm. That's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and we're gonna all have to deal with it. All y'all out there. But yeah, I love this series. Each volume they have more people on there because this is volume 5, so there's 5 people. See how it goes? Finally. Oh, now I want to have a button that has the rock going. Finally! Like that? That'd be cool. We have The 5 Lives of Hilla af Kindt. Is it shining in your face? Let's do it that way. A moving biography told in vivid illustrations, this graphic novel features key moments in the life of Swedish artist and pioneer of abstract painting, Hilla af Kindt. Kindt. Yes, Kindt. Previously underrecognized, af Kindt's radical paintings practice has taken art audiences by storm. Philip Denez highlights the artist's distinctive paintings and traces the story of her unique life and groundbreaking oeuvre through 5 chapters, focusing on her development as an artist, her family background, her friendships and romances, and her relationship with the spiritual realm. This is very much our stuff. And that, my friends, meine Freunde, is most of our show. Thank you for being here. I'm going to pop off just 2 secs. Just think this button. Whoa! Press it again, Brandon. Gasp! Fancy. This is helping me see all of you fine folks out here, although it's a little. Oh, it's a little fuzzy. I'm gonna have to kind of like do a little looky over here to see all you fantastic people who hung out with us today. Thank you so much. This is the magic mirror part where we look out and we see you and we thank you for being here. And yeah, let you know that we're here for you too. Thank you so much for dealing with my absolute garbage nonsense. It is very appreciated. I'm looking out. I'm seeing Sean. Hi, Sean. I'm seeing the one true Andrew. Hola. As the Antarcticans say. I see Jason. Thank you. I see the one and only Foley. And you, my friends, can too. From Wednesday to Saturday, our Wednesday to Friday, all hours except for the last half hour, and all day Saturday. I see Ben. Hi, Ben. Thank you. I see. Oh, hey, Danica. Right. You've been working. I can kind of see you right here, too. And the admin stuff. Oh, secret admin stuff. I hear crime. I don't know if it's in my headphones or outside. And I see Kate. Thank you for popping in. We miss you. And I believe that's it. For folks who were commenting live, thank you so much for being here. We very much appreciate it. We're going to get to reading some stuff. And yeah. It's very warm in here because we don't have fans and whatnot on while this is happening. But hopefully that changes as we enter in fall. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for putting up with me by myself being a big friggin' weirdo. And we will talk to you all again very soon. Bye.